What if I told you that being social is not some magical gift you're either born with or not, but simply a set of skills nobody ever taught you? Think about it. We grew up learning how to add, how to read, even how to solve quadratic equations, but nobody sat us down and explained how to connect with people, how to make friends, or how to overcome shyness without feeling like a complete weirdo. So you grow up believing there are social people and non-social people, as if they were two different species. Have you ever watched someone at a party talk with effortless confidence and thought, I could never do that? The truth is, it's not that you're broken or different. It's that nobody ever gave you the map. And here's the good news. You don't have to change your personality. You don't have to force yourself into being the life of the party. You don't even need to become extroverted. All you need is to understand the social mindset, learn a few practical tools, and start applying them today. That's exactly what this video is about. If you've ever felt awkward when meeting new people, if your palms get sweaty at the thought of socializing, or if you've ever felt frustrated watching others make friends easily, while you stand there not knowing where to begin, this is for you. Today we're going to break down the myths, give you real strategies, and help you rewire your approach to social life in a way that actually works. No fluffy theories, no cheap self-help quotes, just raw practical advice. Because being more social isn't hard, it's just badly explained. Nobody is born knowing how to socialize. Everything is learned. Most people assume that extroverts are born with some magical gift of charisma, but that's like saying someone was born knowing how to ride a bike or cook a perfect meal. It doesn't work that way. Social skills are built through practice. The difference is that some people had an environment or necessity that pushed them to practice early, while others didn't. And that's okay. The problem comes when you believe that if you weren't naturally outgoing, you're doomed to loneliness forever. Nothing could be further from the truth. Think about someone you admire for their charisma. Chances are that person didn't come out of the womb knowing how to break the ice, make people laugh, or connect deeply with others. They made mistakes, went through awkward silences, misread signals, and slowly learned from those experiences. The reason you don't see that process is because it happened behind the scenes. So if you struggle with talking to people today, it's not because you're flawed. It's because you simply haven't been given the right tools yet. And the moment you start training, things begin to change. Something as simple as rehearsing different greetings can completely shift the way people respond to you. Instead of the generic hi, you might say, how's everything going? Or, hey, can I ask you something funny? It might sound like a small adjustment, but these tiny changes are like opening hidden doors in everyday life. Becoming more open is like going to the gym, but for your social muscles. Each small rep makes you stronger. And the best part? Just like in the gym, results come faster than you expect. The first time you do it, it might feel weird, even scary. But after a few tries, your brain starts to normalize it, and suddenly the conversations that used to paralyze you become just another part of your day. Now, here's where I want you to make a choice. You can ignore this, keep scrolling, and go back to watching random challenge videos, endless dances, or guys promising you millions of dollars in 3 days. Or you can pause for a second, hit that like button, subscribe, and teach YouTube that you're done wasting time. That you're ready for something that actually strengthens you, something that transforms you. It's a small decision, but it changes what you see every day, because you're not here for distractions. You're here for growth. Here's another misconception. Being more social doesn't mean becoming the loudest person in the room or the center of attention. A lot of people think that being sociable means climbing onto a table and telling jokes at the top of your lungs. And of course, if that's the definition, no wonder you feel anxious. But that's not what socializing really is. Socializing is about connection. It's about feeling comfortable in a conversation, not winning some popularity contest. Being extroverted isn't the ultimate goal. It's just one possible style among many. You can be a calm, quiet person and still build deep, authentic relationships. How? By being genuine. Not by wearing some fake mask of charisma, but by learning to listen, to ask intelligent questions, to show real interest in people. Sometimes a simple, "So how did you get started in this?" is more powerful than a rehearsed funny story. Good communication skills aren't about saying a lot. They're about saying the right thing at the right time. And a great way to start is to observe, to adapt to the conversation around you without pretending to be someone you're not. Imagine you're in a group where everyone's talking about movies. You don't need to be a walking encyclopedia. You can simply say, I haven't seen many movies, but I'm curious. What made that one stand out to you? Boom, you're in. That's it. You've entered the conversation. That's the magic of personal growth when it's applied the right way. It transforms shyness into curiosity. It shifts social anxiety into mindfulness. This is where something really powerful happens. Social anxiety doesn't disappear, it transforms. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to eliminate social anxiety as if it's some disease. But that's not the point. You don't need to erase it. You need to retrain it. Did you know that the same sensation in your stomach before talking to someone can actually be flipped into excitement? Athletes call it adrenaline. They use it. And so can you. The key is reframing. Instead of thinking this is going to go terribly, you tell yourself, I'm about to learn something new about this person. Next time you feel nervous at a social gathering, don't run away. Run an experiment. Take a deep breath. Spot someone with a calm, friendly vibe. Walk up and ask a light question. It can be as simple as, do you know many people here? Or what do you think of this place? At first, your voice might tremble. Perfect. That means progress. You're challenging the old programming in your brain. That's what building a social mindset looks like. Even the most confident people you know get nervous before speaking in public or meeting someone new. The difference is in how they interpret those nerves. They don't think, this is a threat. They think, this is an opportunity. And that shift in perspective changes everything. Because each time you use your anxiety as fuel instead of a brake, you're taking one step closer to your best self. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated but magnetic social skills, listening. A lot of people believe that to improve socially, they need to talk more, tell better stories, or look more interesting. But there's a trick far more powerful. Listening well. Yes, listening. When you really pay attention to someone, they feel seen, they feel understood. And that creates an almost magical bond. And the best part? Anyone can do this, even if you're shy or reserved. Listening doesn't mean staying silent while waiting for your turn. It means asking questions, nodding, reacting genuinely. If someone tells you they're tired from work, don't jump into your own rant. Ask them, what's the most draining part for you? That type of response creates depth. That's conscious communication. And it's how you build relationships that don't feel forced. Here's the crazy part. The more you listen, the more people want to talk to you. Test it out. Next time you're out with someone, instead of thinking about what you'll say next, set yourself a little mission. Discover 3 new things about that person. Approach the conversation like a social detective. That mindset not only strengthens your charisma, but also reduces the pressure of having to be interesting all the time. Because at the end of the day, people don't remember how many jokes you told. They remember how you made them feel. And here's something even more powerful. Authenticity is your greatest social advantage. Trying too hard to fit in is like wearing shoes that don't fit. It's uncomfortable, it hurts, and everyone can see it. That's why one of the strongest keys to personal growth is realizing you don't need to please everyone. You only need to connect with the right people. And that only happens when you show up as your real self. No masks, no pretending. Being more sociable isn't about acting. It's about refining the most honest version of you. Think about someone you like without even knowing why. Chances are it's because they're authentic. They laugh freely, they don't mind admitting when they don't know something, and they express themselves naturally. That energy is magnetic. The common mistake is believing you need to impress people to be liked. In reality, people connect with what's real, with what's human. Showing vulnerability, admitting your flaws, laughing at yourself, these things don't make you weak. They make you relatable. They make you approachable. They make you trustworthy. A great exercise is to stop focusing on being liked and start focusing on filtering. Share your values. Talk about your interests without fear. Say, I'm a bit nervous about this, but I'm trying anyway. That doesn't make you look small, it makes you stand out. In a world full of appearances, authenticity shines, and the more you allow yourself to be you, the easier it becomes to attract people who actually matter. The ones who add to your life instead of draining it. And here's the turning point. Being social is not some mysterious talent reserved for a lucky few. It's a skill. It's trainable. It's learnable. And you already have everything you need to start. The question is, are you going to keep waiting until you feel ready? Or are you going to step out there, make mistakes, learn, and connect with real people? Because life isn't going to ask if you're prepared. It's just going to throw moments your way, and it's up to you to take them or let them slip by. Imagine how different your life would feel if you could walk into any room without that heavy sense of discomfort. Imagine if you could start a conversation without overthinking every word. Imagine building authentic relationships without being paralyzed by the fear of rejection. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to start applying what you've learned today. So let me ask you, what's going to be your first step? What small change are you willing to make today to leave social anxiety behind and begin your real journey of personal growth? Because the truth is, the change doesn't happen when you think about it. It happens when you act on it. If this video made you reflect, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we're just getting started. There's so much more coming on the art of connecting with others, improving your social skills, and becoming the person you know you can be. So don't disappear now. This journey is only beginning.